Hello, Train 2.0. Apparently, the gym was not relaxing enough for some members or some followers. I think that was you, Maxi. Um, Let me know if if you guys comment and let me know. I kind of like the gym because I could kind of like run around and do stuff. But you guys let me know what you guys prefer in the comments. I'm happy to do that. Hair's getting a little long. Hey, this happens when I get in front of the selfie cam. Um, Hypnotizing your coaches for more ice time. This is something I'm sure you guys are interested in. I'm hoping it shocks people. The funny thing about hypnosis is that you're not actually hypnotizing anyone. You're just acting in a way that's going to get you more ice time, saying things that are going to get more ice time, and make the coach feel good while you're doing it. And this is not deceptive in any way. You're just simply being the player your coach wants you to be. Now, let me tell you a little story um, of myself and my roommate, we'll call her, um, where she was not putting away dishes, let's just say. And I wanted her to put away dishes. And I'd get very upset about this. And I'd get mad at her. Um, and this wasn't, and this actually led to her wanting to push back. And she, essentially didn't get any better at cleaning up dishes. And then I pushed my ego aside and started asking for her help. I kind of pretended that, not pretended, I said I needed her help. I said, explained that I needed her assistance. I explained why it was important to me and that I needed her on my side. And I was, and I also let her know that she could play a very special role in helping me keep the house clean. And if I were to show you right now, the house is a lot cleaner. And the thing is that she's a lot happier with me. And the house is cleaner, right? And she's simply just happy to help. So this story, you might imagine, also applies to coaches. I use the word hypnosis because it attracts people. This is You like the relaxation, eh, Maxi? So yeah. Anyway, so there's key kind of there's a different energy, but it was also acting in a certain way and saying certain things. Okay, and um, the the net result was everyone's happier. I have a cleaner house. She enjoys helping me do the dishes, and the relationship is stronger. This is what players do when they hypnotize coaches. So this is when you see a player who kind of inexplicably gets more ice time than other players. You might think, oh, there's some backroom dealings going on. There's some money changing hands. There's someone's pulling favors one way or the other, right? And if you guys have been reading my emails recently, I've been talking about stuff like this, where essentially saying you don't need the coach's help, or saying the coach is an idiot, or the coach doesn't understand you or doesn't know you, is fundamentally screwing yourself up. It's a huge persuasion mistake. It's a huge hypnosis mistake. So those players who you see inexplicably getting a whole bunch of ice time, I don't know, maybe it could be a backroom dealings, or chicken wings purchased, or whatever. I don't know. It could be. But then there's also those players who that's not the case, right? That player is making the coach feel good about playing them, right? So the worst thing a parent or player can do when they have an issue with a coach is to disagree with that coach. Okay, tell the coach they're wrong, rationally explain logically how, we're actually here and you're there, and that's the worst thing to do. Okay, the coach, because every coach wants to be, I'm gonna save that for the members in the members area. Maxie, make sure to send me another email, please, because you sent me an email asking for the hypnosis. You're a full member. I'm going to send that to you. And just send me another reminder so that I get it on my to-do list. I had a whole whack of emails over the last weekend. So sorry about that. So coaches have needs, and players that meet those needs through playing or through how they make the coach feel, they're going to get more ice time. Parents who support their players are going to do that too. Last talk, which was Thursday, I explained the difference between the downward vicious spiral and the upward virtuous cycle. How players who get in confrontations with coaches, or parents who get in confrontations with coaches, are only twirling downwards. And all rational attempts to stop it will not work. It won't work. Okay? What you need to do is begin hypnotizing the coach to like you. That's going to make the coach want to play you more. And you are going to be getting better in the process. You're going to be having more fun. And that's this cycle. And that happens when you hypnotize your coach, for lack of a better term. So again, I throw around the word hypnosis. It's fun to do. Let's consider a few examples. Roger Federer, right? Everyone loves Roger Federer. Everyone cheers every time he tries as hard as he can. Everyone's on Roger Federer's side. No one dislikes Roger Federer. Everyone loves Roger Federer. Andy Murray, on the other hand, has a bit of an attitude. So I understand. And I was watching him. He had a pretty early round knockout in the Australian Open. He's not very friendly. He doesn't always agree with people, right? He's not hypnotizing the fans. He's not hypnotizing his opponents. He's a great athlete. He still wins lots of stuff. He's ranked number 1 in the world, maybe not after this early knockout, but he doesn't have everyone on his side working together with him to get him where he needs to go, right? They're there because they have to be there, or because they can't help but support him. Roger Federer, like I said, everyone wants him to win. Who else falls into that category? Connor McDavid, Sidney Crosby, Alex Ovechkin, right? Jonathan Taves, right? These guys have hypnotized their coaches, the league, the fans to love them, okay? And this is an actual this is persuasion. This is how you act, what you say, what you do. And part of Train 2.0 is teaching you, obviously, the magic mechanics, but that all goes to shit if you do not relate to your coach in the right way. Okay, and I'll mention one more story. People know my story of an NHLer that I played with growing up. And when I was young, as some of you might have guessed, I was like a little overly involved in my own education, let's just say. So I was always thinking and asking a lot of questions. It wasn't intentional, but my questions would often lead coaches to think I was questioning them, that I thought they were wrong. So this didn't really bite me in the ass until I got quite a bit older and quite a bit smarter, where I started questioning coaches more. The persuasion mistake I was making, the hypnosis mistake I was making, was that as I questioned them and asked them, I thought they were wrong, right? Meanwhile, players who agreed with coaches, maybe didn't have thoughts of their own, fulfilled certain needs of the coach, and the coach played them more. A coach, of course, would not tell you that this is the case, right? They would say, oh, it's something else, right? But the truth is that the way that you as a player and a parent are making coaches feel has a direct relationship to ice time. And if you don't believe me, which I know, not everyone should, because what I'm saying is kind of out there. Remember, just look at some of these players that are not seemingly better than other players, but getting more ice time. It's how they're relating to the coach. It's whether they're hypnotizing the coach or not. So that is what I wanted to talk about today. Also, in the membership area, for those of you guys who are watching and who are members, I've added the finishers formula, so how to hypnotize goalies with your magic mechanics, sorry. I also added how to gain 1 pound a week magically, so if you're a hard gainer, that's in there too. And hockey hypnosis is in there. I talked about it, how to hypnotize your coaches, your goalies, your teammates, to have everyone support you, like Roger Federer, like McDavid, like Sidney Crosby, like Jonathan Toews, right? Have everyone on your team, on your side. How do you behave like a great teammate, a great leader, a great player, a great parent to get everyone on your side? You all know those players right now. Act like one. Become like one. Now, it's in the members area, the intro, but only those who are really ready will email me and they'll get sent the secret folder. It's not for everyone, unfortunately. But to get started, the Train 2.0 free training is something you guys should get into if you're brand new to Train 2.0. The free training is just simply train2.0.com/free training. And then if you're ready to, if you taste the honey and you want a little bit more of the hive, because here's what will happen: you'll get into the free membership area, you'll see, wow, this little thing made a big difference in my game. What does the whole thing do? You imagined it, does a lot. Because that's just the way it works. So, actually, as I'm doing that, I should probably I need to adjust this card for you. Just creating a, I think I messed up my link. So I'm adding a new link. Hopefully it'll pop up for you guys. While I'm diddling around here, any questions? Okay, new card is in there. Maxi, any questions, my man? Thank you for the reminder. I got to take off after this call, so I won't be able to send it to you right away. But if you have any questions, let me know. Any other questions? Thank you guys for being on right now. Free training. Free training, I've added some new stuff there, but not as much as the full membership area, the complete membership area, which is awesome. Talk to me, followers. I know I'll get 1, then I'll get 7. What questions do you guys have before I take off? Oh, another cool, exciting announcement. If you guys are still on, maybe one of my followers or watchers is very technical and can help me with this. But I'm excited to say I'm going to be creating a wiki because I think that'll be cool. And by wiki, I mean sort of like, here they are. Yeah, so what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I'm going to create a wiki. I'm going to create a wiki for Mr. Dale Belfry. and I think probably Adam Nicholas. We'll see, or like some sort of Facebook group or something, because those guys are awesome. Keep people asking me, oh, who are good wizard coaches? And there's some good coaches out there, some coaches who are close to wizard level, but there's not a ton that excite me. And Belfry and Adam Nicholas excite me. They get me fired up. So I want to create a wiki or like some sort of Facebook group where we can discuss their stuff, because they've got really, really great, fantastic, awesome stuff. And a lot of you guys have knowledge of them beyond what I know. And I think it'd be great to have it all canonized in one spot. So be on the lookout for that if you're watching this. I'm just going to Googly this stuff. YouTube. Silky Mittens is saying check out his video for Connor McDavid. So here's your shout out. How do I find? Oh, here we are. McDavid Speed. McDavid Speed highlights. Love it. Thank you. That is a great compilation. Silky Mittens. Everyone check out Silky Mittens. Got some great McDavid video speed examples. Tons of stuff. Thank you for coming on. There's your shout out. I really appreciate the compilations. That's great. How can I gain better chemistry with different players? Simple. Hypnotize them. Hypnotize your teammates to love you and want to play with you. That's in the membership area. It's similar to hypnotizing your coach. Hypnotize your teammates. Talking about this with a few of my one-on-one clients the other day who are struggling with their line mates. Hypnotize them to love you and want to play with you, and you'll enjoy way better chemistry. What is the key for amazing crossover speed? My take on that is falling, pushing through your heels, and that's about it. I talk about that in my How to Skate like Connor McDavid, which apparently is clickbait, but I thought I gave some reasonable examples. Maxi asks, how can I get better at quick decision making, not just passes, also shooting and pinching on the blue line? I believe in How to Play Defense Like an NHL Defenseman in the membership area, Maxi, which I know you have access to as a awesome member, there will be explanations on if, then, when. For a defenseman. So I hope that helps. One of my favorite tools I like to use that I use to teach hockey sense is something called if, when, then. So Silky Mintaki says that the compilation that he has, he likes watching it before watching the key skills mentioned in the membership area for good practice. So he watches this cane stick handling one before practicing stick handling. That's fantastic advice. Goes right along the lines of the accelerated learning framework, which is to use expert models. So well done. Thank you, Silky Mittens. And then what was I saying a second ago? Okay. Create if, then, when scenarios for yourself for hockey sense training. Obviously, one of the best ways to do it is like to do it on the ice, to do it in games, have expert coaching. To teach yourself create if, when, then scenarios, because your brain is an association machine. So if what you do is you create if, when, then scenarios, meaning if this happens, then I do this. Create those for yourself. Use video for that. It'll be faster, of course, if you go through the membership area because I've already created all those for you. But if you're doing it yourself, you can't do that. Use if, when, then, because your brain is an association machine. If you get good at recall or association instead of having to do free recall, you'll be much more efficient. That's kind of like the scientific approach. So let's see if there's one more question, and then my computer's about to die. So I will leave, but thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you next day. Bye-bye.